get down.
G'day and welcome everybody. Episode number 9 of season 5. My goodness, how time flies. Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you all for joining me live tonight. If you don't know me, my name is Purple Cash Eater and I'll be your host. Tonight I'm going to be joined by Ziggy AU. We're going to have a chat about the upcoming Sydney Geo-Quest. So stay tuned for that one. Don't forget to have a chat to all your mates in the chat room. They're all there, so say hi to one another. But remember, please keep it PG. We do have children watching as well. We've also got another prize winner for the GDU photo calendar photo challenge of the month. So that's coming up live a little bit later in the show. So if you entered a photo, stick around. It could have been yours. Maybe you voted in the contest as well. That would be very good. So we've also got a couple of prizes to give away tonight as well. So that'll be later. We're also going to give a special shout out to Lainey at LK Consulting Group for all the marketing, mentoring, and also all of the consulting help there. So thank you very much. Thank you to John and Di from geostuff.com.au for your continuous support and monthly prizes. Thank you very much. Big shout out to C. Michelle. Thank you, C. Michelle, for handling the audio editing and also some of the video editing. And a big shout out to Mum. Thank you for your support of the podcast as well. Let me get rid of that there. Now, if you would like to enter into the prizes tonight, all you need to do is go to tinyurl.com/GDU wheel. I'll also pop that into the chat room for you. So you can only win if you're watching live. You'll also need to put in the keyword. Tonight's keyword is GeoQuest. Pretty imaginative, I know. It is case sensitive, so you will need to put in a capital G and a capital Q, no space, to enter into that one. Pop in your name, your caching name, and some details, and you can go in the draw. We'll draw some prizes later for you as well. So if you'd like to go to tinyurl.com/GDU wheel. Okay, let's have a quick jump around the chat room and see who is joining us live tonight. So we've got Tank Engine Choo Choo. We've also got Julie. We've got DTY73 also joining live. Oh, we got Brewmaker joining us as well. We got Dennis AUS1. Thank you very much. Datsun1600. That's awesome. Scramping is here. We've got Strange Trousers is here. We've got James0116. We've also got Hev Walker. We've got Kim joining us on YouTube. We've also got a contestant joining us live. G'day, love. Team Astro is here live as well. Who else have we got? Oh, this is great. Susan G. Isa Peter. I know something's going on with Facebook and I don't know why. But Fitzy, you managed to make it. We've also got Tree Whisperer here. Me and Dee is also joining us live. And Minnie K is joining us live as well. Excellent. Thank you very much for all joining us live. Let me just see if I can fix that. Hopefully Facebook is loading. There was a little bit of issues there, but we'll see how we go. So Seabass19 also joining us live and Gavo4. There we are. Good. And the DLK LMNOP, I cannot remember all the numbers. Please hang on. Hold. Please hold. Oh, DFC, JLK 2019, Mama Bear 66, and Princess all watching us live as well. Okay, I pressed the button. Hopefully Facebook is working now. We'll see how that goes. But let's get on with tonight's show for you all. So let me just go back to my notes here and find out where I'm supposed to be. Please hold.
Welcome to the show.
Geocachers, muggles, viewers
and listeners. Over to you, PCE.
Let's get on with the show.
G'day, everyone. Okay, welcome to the show tonight. So let's get started with some events. So first event is very soon indeed. So this is the, oh, where's it gone? Western Australia goes big. I'll find my button, don't you worry. So Western Australia goes big is on the 20th to the 23rd of September. So that is literally a week and a half away. So there you go. If you can get over to that one, I hear it's a really great event. Following on from that one in September, we have got, how about I get mine organised here? So we've got Geo-Taroa, which is held in New Zealand. That's going to be in October. So next month, that one is GCA 7ZHD. GCA 7ZHD Geo-Taroa. That's going to be held in Dunedin in the 26th to 27th of October. Following on from that one, which we'll be discussing in way more detail tonight, is the Sydney Geo-Quest. That's going to be held on Sunday, the 26th of January, 2025 at Sydney Olympic Park. That one is GCAC HF8. That's GCAC HF8. If you haven't already, log your will attend today. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now, and it will take you straight to where you need to be. So we're going to be finding out more about that one today. And last but not least is the Sunbury event. Okay, so this one is GCA P417. This one is the 22nd to the 23rd of March. That one's going to be held in Sunbury in Victoria. So that one is called the Sunbury event. Makes sense to me. Okay. So they're all the events, and we are getting on to the next souvenir. So where are we? Let me find us on our list. So this one is currently underway. Cash in, Trash Out Season 2 is underway. So that's from the first hand. Find a geocache, attend an event or an adventure lab location to get those ones. And make sure you get your digital souvenirs. Okay, so let's shoot over now to a quick little... This one's a photo postcard from Bonnie this month. So this is Bonnie here. And the message is, "Hi GDU, I'm currently in the Netherlands with mum and dad to visit a bunch of my friends and compete in a special dog show. I will meet my friends Lottie and Thalina, Canna, and my brother Albus. Lots of love from Bonnie." So as you can see, she is growing up very fast and is getting around, which is awesome. Adventure dog. I love it. There you go. So thank you very much for that one. So let's get started with our show here, and we'll bring Ziggy on very shortly.
Hi, Geocaching Down Under. This is Sweden calling. Now, listen to the show.
That's it. Take Patrick's advice. Listen to the show. Awesome. All right. So I am Purple Cash Eater, and I am your host tonight. But I'll be joined by Ziggy AU, the chair of the committee. Here is Ziggy now, joining us live. Welcome, Ziggy. How are you?
Good. Thank you. I'm here again, and this time not talking about our island adventures, but this one's a little closer to home.
That is it. Okay, so tonight we're talking about the Sydney Geo-Quest. So obviously I've just given people a quick overview as to when and where it is. But I want to know, how did you come up with this location?
The location is actually really quite easy because that's where I work. Well, one of the places where I work, and I've been there for quite a few years. So I really know the place intimately, and I knew that this was going to be a really top location for geocaches and for a really big event. And as we're going to talk about hopefully later today, the site has a lot of geocaching history.
Yes, good, excellent. So, well, I mean, where should we start, really? Do you want to tell us about the history of the place first?
Yeah, sure. So the area where Sydney Olympic Park is has been the home of the Wongal people, who were originally the first people there. And then when the first fleet came in, they'd already made it up the river within 10 days of first settling there. Right. So they knew that these places were there. They were always looking for good agricultural land. And so at the time that was kind of good space for that sort of thing. And then we had people like the Blaxlands and the Wentworths, who are still related to those spaces because we've named things after them because of their involvement in that space.
Right.
But the thing that we will know that space for the most is the Armory, Newington Armory. It was called the Newington Magazine
Right.
back in the day when it was first opened in 1897. So
Wow.
what's one of the really cool things is that we're going to be bringing people into this heritage listed space where you're going to be able to experience the buildings and the whole site and get the whole sort of scope of what's going on there. So it was opened in 1897, the original Gunpowder magazine, and was closed in 1999 in preparation for the Sydney Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So once we got the Olympics, the winner is Sydney.
Sydney.
Sydney, Juan
Yep.
Antonio. So then we're known for having the Olympics there on site.
Yeah.
And it was obviously the best games ever, said Juan Antonio. It was also the Green Games because it was the first time that they were really implementing things like water recycling and energy saving measures, and also even the fact that they had the athletes village so close to the venues meant that there was a lot less travel involved. So there were lots and lots of green benefits, and not only that in the day, those green benefits that they had built into the site are still paying dividends now, even 24 years down the track. So when you come to the park, and when you eventually come to Sydney Olympic Park, you'll be able to see some of the bits and pieces that were around at the time for the Olympics. If you've only ever been to Sydney for the Olympics, it's going to have changed a lot in those 24 years. As one of my colleagues says, that in 2000, the site was just a baby and an infant. But now that it's a 24-year-old, it's really grown up and matured. And it's going to be a very, very different site from when you may have been there for the Olympics.
The trees have grown.
Oh, yeah. But those trees, they were only planted so they grew really fast. So this is why we're at this stage now where they probably need to get another whole different range of
a refresh.
Yeah, a bit of a refresh and a bit of more diversification.
Oh, that's good. Now, I suppose I am jumping around a bit, but we're just talking about like the site and the history. Do you want to tell us about like the ecological significance of the area as well?
Sure. The site is affectionately known as Sydney's beating green heart. Because it's this little patch of land, 640 hectares, with 430 of those hectares being green space. As we know that there's this or certainly for Sydney siders, we know that there's a lot of development going on, and that having that little patch of green space right in the middle is really, really precious. And amongst all of that, we have some endangered animal species, but we also have some endangered ecological communities, and they are as part of some of the wetlands. So one of the things, I know we're skipping ahead in terms of sort of events and things, but one of the things that we're planning to do is hopefully we can have a CETO on one of the areas where we have some endangered salt marsh, one of these ecological communities, and that way we're really genuinely helping to be able to have this CETO type event in those spaces, because you can see some absolute genuine changes and how you can really make a really big impact. So I've done many cleanups in those spaces before, and it's a really unique space to do that. But of course, for people who were around in 2000, and some people were, you may also be aware that that there's one really important animal that featured quite heavily in the year 2000, and that was the green and golden bellfrog.
I have a picture here for everybody.
Yes, so that's a picture I took in the brick pit of Sydney Olympic Park, and so that's a real life green and golden bellfrog. The community of green and golden bellfrogs that is in the brick pit is the largest community of green and golden bellfrogs that we have left in New South Wales.
Oh, wow.
So there are other communities. There's some up in Newcastle, and there are other small pockets all the way around. But this one group that's left in the brick pit is the largest now. So one of the things, the reason why this was such a big deal in 2000 is because they found these green and golden bell frogs living in this in that space where they had already disappeared from the rest of the coast of New South Wales. They used to be abundant,
yeah,
and now they weren't, and that's why they're such an endangered species. So a lot of people said, "Oh, why did that frog, stop the development of the tennis centre and all these different things," which is what the brick pit could have become.
Yeah.
But now it's fantastic because they're using that brick pit as a reservoir, as part of the water reclamation and management system. And they're also having this amazing habitat for not only the green and golden bell frog, but a whole bunch of other frogs as well.
Oh, fantastic. So that's that. Well, that is a more significant area than I realised.
Oh, it sure is. And not only is it the green and golden bell frog, but there's all sorts of other, animals. One of the really important things about the wetlands, the Bardu wetlands at Sydney Olympic Park, is that it's a spot where migratory birds stop on their travels.
Yep.
So if you're a migratory bird, there's one particular one called the Latham snipe.
Right.
And it's this tiny little bird, and that it loses, I think, like a fifth of its body weight when it's traveling from Japan, and it flies the whole way. And then it knows that it's going to get food when it gets to Australia, into the lovely warm migration spots. But if we don't look after those spaces, those poor little birds who are starving by the time they get here, they don't have anywhere to eat.
Yep.
So this is why it's really significant, some of these spaces that we've been able to maintain and look after. And this is why doing things like CETOs and those sort of events are really important, because we are protecting those spaces for all those animals, especially those little ones, the little ones.
That's
the little
it.
tiny birds who come all this way on their little wings, and then they need to eat when they get here.
Eat and rest, yes. Now, I know you were just talking about spaces. I know there is some restricted areas and special caches in, Newington Armory as well. I think you mentioned the brick pit and Spin Dock Bob. They've got some special caches in the area as well.
Yeah, so one of the really important things, I really have to get this across, like super, super, super important, is that just like the national parks in New South Wales, the whole area of Sydney Olympic Park is a restricted area, and you cannot place caches in the park, anywhere within the park, without written authorization. So it works exactly the same way as with national parks. So the kind of caches that Geocaching New South Wales has placed, I have sought permission, and I have written permission, and the reviewer is completely aware of what's going on. So I'm just putting this out there right now. Please don't go and try and place any caches, for other people to find before the event, because they will not get published, and because they are so there's so many areas within the park that you may not be aware just how environmentally sensitive they are. We don't want you going bush like you would in any other parts of the world. This is a really special place where you try, if you can help it, do not go bush. Do not go bush in Sydney Olympic Park.
Do not step off the trail.
Do not step off the trail. That is actually one of the rules, is don't step off the trail. So I'm highlighting this to everyone in the whole community now. Please understand that the caches that we have available are there because they have permission and they have gone through the correct channels.
Fabulous. Okay, great.
But you were alluding to the brick pit, and that is a really important AL in the Earth cache in Australian caching history.
Yes, so, and why is that?
It's real old.
Ancient.
So yeah, it's been there for quite a long time. I remember we had an event on the ring walk simply because we were celebrating that one. And you get to, if you want to get, I think it's 0 or -1 for your sea level.
Yes.
You can get that as one of your things in your, at the brick pit. And the other one I obviously wanted to acknowledge was very, very early on, Spin Doc Bob, who was the founder of Geocaching New South Wales, has put out some fantastic geocaches in the parklands.
Yeah.
And so there's a couple of really old ones there. And, you know, this is why there's so many connections to geocaching and that park over so many years.
Yeah.
Because of the brick pit and Spin Doc Bob. And then we've got some fantastic ALs that are already there that take you to all sorts of different parts of the park.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's been a lot going on, but we've done that all in conjunction with Sydney Olympic Park. And even See My Shell it's got a very interesting cache there too.
There you go. Put that on the list. Oh dear. Hang on one second. I'm just okay. So I do have a question here. Just backtracking a little, just in regards to the logo. So I've got the line drawing here of the frog, and the question I have from Julie is: does the Bell Frog logo have a name for the GeoQuest?
We don't have a name, mostly because we're looking at this as branding rather than a mascot. But if someone were to come up with something clever, you know, that you guys want to call it, you're very welcome to go for it. We did throw a few names around in the committee, and we had a good laugh at them, but we didn't think they were going to work. And certainly not Froggy McFrogface. We're not going there.
All right, we're crossing that one off the list.
So if you can you just pop it up for one more sec there,
right,
PCE? There you go. So I just wanted to just highlight that this is going to be one of our main images for the GeoQuest. It's a single line drawing. We're not having any other kind of mascot to go with this. But after I've told you now about the significance of the green and golden bell frog, hopefully now you understand why it's actually a really important symbol of the site, and also about how we as geocachers can be ecologically sensitive and support these environments. And we can take this little bloke with us everywhere.
That's good. I like that. We've already had some answers come in. We could call him Scribbles. Freddo Froggy. Probably a little bit close to another popular chocolate in Australia, but that's all right. All right. Now, in terms of the venue, I know you say it is within the Newington Armory, but whereabouts specifically? And I do have a map to show as well.
Yes, thank you for the map. So if you have a look at this map that we're showing you here, it's actually showing, it's got a whole combination of things going on here. Down the very bottom, you can see sort of like a big blue shape there. That is the new urban surf park. And that is right next door to the parking for our event. And then you'll see just above that P5A where the parking is circled, it's at Building 46, the event site. And that is the building that we will be using as our main headquarters there for the event. Then I just wanted to highlight a couple of other points so that I know there's no scale on this, I'm really sorry, but if you go up towards the top right corner, that's where the ferry wharf is, which means that you can catch a ferry either from Parramatta or from Circular Quay in the city, which means that you don't have to have your accommodation right near the venue site. You can go be anywhere in Sydney and you can catch that ferry right up there. In the middle there is Building 143, and that is, we're going to show you a picture of that in a moment, and that's the front, the very first building that you will see as you're coming into the Newington Armory. And then over to the left, there's a bridge called Silverwater Bridge there, and you can see the Parramatta Bike Hub listed. And Parramatta Bike Hub is one of our partners in where you can. There is some other alternate parking that you have there. And we'll tell you a little bit more about the Parramatta Bike Hub as we go along. So I just wanted to show you just how big the site is and how to negotiate your way around the site. And we will have some more information on our website about getting around the site.
Perfect. Now, let me pop that up for everyone as well. So if you would like, you can jump over to the website, which is geocachingnewsouthwales.asn.au/Sydney Geo-Quest 2025. And there's some more information there. So, and that'll be getting populated as we go as well.
Yeah, sure will. So we've got a few bits and pieces there. Certainly, it'll tell you about getting to the location, and as we move along in our event planning, we will have a lot more information showing up there.
Perfect. Okay, so that was a bit about the venue. Let's get on to the seminars. So I believe you've got some seminars running as well.
Yes, so I can't announce everything just yet because we're still in negotiation with a few different people. But we've got a section of the building that we can set up, that we can close the doors, so we can have a separate seminar room that will be a quiet space, so that we can do that. So it's all going to be in the one building there. But we're going to have a different variety, all sorts of different things. We're going to have your classics like your reviewer sessions. But we're also hoping that we can get some cache building exercise sort of sessions, so we can get some people in. There you go. So that's one of our images of the inside of the building. So that room I'm talking about is all the way at the other end. And if we have an opportunity, we're going to try and run some newbie sessions. So we're trying to get some people who are not in our community yet, but maybe get them in so they can experience the whole world of geocaching in one space. So when they can, come and do those sort of newbie sessions. So we're going to have a whole variety of things. But of course, if anybody has any great ideas, anything that they want to bring along, any sessions that they maybe be able to deliver in some way, obviously, please get in touch with us. We're happy to listen.
Yeah, that's right. Now, are you also doing anything with reviewers?
Yeah. We're hoping to have a review session, but we also had a chat with some of the reviewers and going, God, they always ask the same things over and over again. So my tip for anybody who wants to go to a reviewer session is bring some new questions. Bring questions. And I'm not saying that they have to be hard questions. I'm just saying maybe let's look at something that's, a bit more interesting, and, how can we do a big project, or how can we release a whole path, or whatever it happens to be. But let's talk about something that's a little bit more.
Yeah. I'll just highlight here, Glenn joining us on Facebook said, how much is parking? And Richery, luckily, has jumped in for us and said, free parking near the entrance at building 143, also down towards the ferry wharf. Not sure about P5A.
Well, I do have some good news on this, and I'm releasing this one today, is that we have secured a discounted rate of parking. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to be parking in that P5A, which is the closest parking to the event ground. Yep.
Yes.
You are down the bottom. If you're parking there, you will get discounted parking at a discounted rate. So you'll be able to park there all day. Mm-hmm. And so that part we've got sorted. As for other levels of parking, there is free parking, as Richery said, at Newington at Blaxland Riverside Park. But there are some that's timed, some that's not. But we have all of that stuff listed on our website. So if you go to our website, you will see some of the suggestions of where you can park. The other side to this story about parking is you don't have to park on site. Yeah. You can either catch plenty of public transport options, or what we're trying to do here is to encourage you to use active transport. So this is where the Parramatta Bike Hub comes into it. We're hoping to get a deal together with the Parramatta Bike Hub so we can have a whole weekend's worth of bike usage at a discounted rate specifically just for our group. There you go. Parramatta Bike Tours is the website. But the other thing that Parramatta Bike Tours and Parramatta Bike Hub are going to be doing for us is they will be providing bike valet parking.
Oh.
So what that means is that you can just roll your bike up, get your little number for your bike, right? You walk away and in you go. You don't have to get locks. You don't have to do nothing, right? So you just park your bike, in you go, and spend as much time as you like and then leave again, right? So the beauty of that is it means that you can literally get on your bike. That's it. That's just outside Building 46. You can then take your bike anywhere. So you can then have the flexibility to move within the Armory, or you can go out to other areas within Sydney Olympic Park. But you have that ease of accessibility with having the bike valet parking there on site.
Oh, that is handy. That is so handy. Oh, dear. Now, I know you sent me a little note here about the history, the memories wall.
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is, for those that don't know, that PCE is also involved in helping working on our oral history project. So we've identified a few people who are significant in the history of geocaching in New South Wales and the ACT. We also have a couple of other people who happen to also be in the chat, Gavin, Fitzy and Mel, excuse me, and we obviously Cosmonaut as well. And we as a group are working on collecting some oral histories from some of the people we have identified as being significant in the geocaching community. So as part of that, what we'll do, we're going to combine all of that information and we're going to put that into a book. And we're going to write the history of geocaching in New South Wales. So this is more about the stories that we can tell. It's not necessarily about statistics, simply statistics, but we want to talk about the people behind and then how did they get there? How did they feel when they found their first cache?
Yeah.
And we've got so many stories to tell. So we would certainly, we've already got a few people identified, excuse me, but if you have if anyone has any further ideas, we're always open to some ideas. And along with our history part, we are also going to have a very, very special history coin that we are going to be releasing. It's going to be super, super special. The design is well on its way. So I'm really looking forward to be able to show everybody because it's going to be really, really special. I hope everyone's going to really, really like this. So that is all part of what we're doing for getting our history together. But the history wall that you mentioned, what we want you to do is when you get to the event site, we're going to have a space set up where you can get your little Post-it notes and you can put your own little memories and write them on the wall. And then that's something that we can also collate and talk about. That way everyone has an opportunity to express their memories in any way they like.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, dear. All right. So we've talked a little bit about like the area and the history and things like that. But let's get on to the actual event now. Now, in terms of the event is on Sunday, but is there anything happening before and or after?
There certainly is. Now, because it's a one-day event, we can't cram everything into one day because I don't want people to say, well, I have to miss this. Or it's like when you go to one of those concerts with multiple stages and you say, well, I have to do this and can't do that. So that's not what we're after. We want everyone to be able to have an opportunity to be able to attend everything that they want to get to. So on the Saturday prior, we will be running some tours that are led by geocachers to go and look at some interesting places within Sydney and obviously find caches as well.
Yes.
And I always look back to the example of the Canberra crew when I went out for a walk around Lake Burley Griffin with Tank Engine. And it was such a tops experience because we found heaps of caches, but we were also able to talk about the history and discover things. So we're really hoping that people from outside Sydney will get a lot of benefit from that because they'll be able to go to places like Cockatoo Island and Manly and Parramatta and then not only be finding caches but also be sharing in some of those stories of those places as well. So we're going to be doing that on the Saturday and then we'll also be doing something similar on the Monday. So therefore, if you're coming early or leaving a bit later, you've still got those opportunities to get involved in those cache-led tours.
That's great. Now, in terms of, Isa Peter here says, can you bring your own bicycle? I know you talk about like the free bicycle parking.
Absolutely. That is totally what we're encouraging, which is why I also can say, like, if there's around Sydney Olympic Park, there are 35 kilometres worth of dedicated bike paths just for bikes. But there is also an extensive network of bike tracks all the way along the river. So you can be parking your car in Parramatta, for instance, or, you know, at any of the parks all the way along the river.
Yeah.
Get your bike off the car and then ride across. So there's heaps of other opportunities. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we may be able to get a biking tour to do a bit of a lap around. I know Calypso 62 is absolutely keen for doing this bike loop. He's done it many, many times before. And he'd love to take you around and show you some of the caches around there. So hopefully he's one of the people we're going to get on board for that. But yes, absolutely. Please bring your bike.
Perfect. Please bring your bike. That is a good question. Okay, now in terms of Sunday, the day of the event, do you have a running schedule yet?
It's all up here. It's all up here.
All right.
We are still,
what have you got?
Our committee is still working through the finer details, but the rough idea is that it's meant to be a one-day event and it's not meant to go all day. It's just a, you know, very sort of concise period of time. So we'll have the doors open at the event. We're going to have a mass gathering at the Moorama Dance Ground, which is up towards the river. And I'll tell you, I can tell you a little bit more about the whole Moorama connection a bit later. So then we'll have our mass gathering at Moorama Dance Ground. And then we'll also have our Geo-Quest that we can go away and do, and then come back in the afternoon, and then we can, you know, finish up a few things. So the seminars in between, but they're sort of our main signposts. Open the doors, do a mass gathering, go and do those activities across the parklands, and then come back as a finish off.
Good idea. Good idea. You've got seminars running. There's talks, as we talked about. There's going to be the memorabilia. There's going to be a TB drop and the path tags. Is that right? Path tag swap.
Yeah. So we have had a couple of questions about path tags, and yes, there will be an opportunity for a path tag swap. Now, we aren't going to be creating our own path tags, but what we will provide for people who are interested in path tags is we will create a path tag back for you. So that way, what we can do, because we can have this amazing collection of independent designs with our the Sydney Geo-Quest back on it. So I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks or so that I should be able to get that out to people, and then you can start creating. So if you want to start creating the fronts, then I will be able to give you the backs.
Perfect. Now, can the block party icon be used on the personal path tags as well?
Well, not sure. I'll have to ask HQ about that one.
Right. Okay, then. And I know you said it's not really a mascot. It's more of a brand.
You know, it's a vibe. It's the Marbo.
It's a happening thing. Get with it, man.
You know, it's a bit modern. It's a bit, you know, just I don't know.
It's a vibe. The whole thing is a vibe.
It's a concept. It's an idea. It's a frame of mind.
Okay, so we're going to put a concept on a coin. Good luck with that. Oh, dear. Okay, so not really the mascot for the coin, but there will be some time slots for path tag trading as well.
Sure, that's right.
Now, this all ties in nicely. Thank you very much, Julie, for the question. When will all of this information be on the website?
Coming real soon.
Coming soon.
So, as a few people know, that I'm very deep into the election period at the moment. That's the local government elections in New South Wales. Please go out and vote. And thank you to all my geocaching colleagues who are currently signed up as polling place managers. We very much appreciate you. Yes, after that election period's over, then you'll start to see a lot more stuff coming out. And that probably leads us on nicely to merchandise.
Merchandise.
So we do have a range of merchandise that is going to be available very, very soon. We do have a coin that's already been signed off. The T-shirt is just about ready. Yes, we're doing a T-shirt. We're not doing a polo. Just saying.
Shock horror. I was glad I was sitting down for that news.
Woohoo! So yes, it's going to be a T-shirt. It's going to be in men's and men's and ladies fits, and there's going to be 2 different colorways. So we're just about ready. No brew maker. No, we don't have anything to show just right now. It's a show about nothing. No, we're not Seinfeld. But it's all going to come real soon. We just got to get. I personally just have to get through this peak work period, and then you'll start to see those things start to appear on the website.
Fantastic. Now, just quickly going over my notes, we have covered the merch, we covered the events. Do you want to give a quick shout out to which socials people can follow you on?
Yeah. So we're trying to connect with people on different socials at the moment. So our most important socials, which we're going to talk about probably a little bit more, is our Facebook page, the Sydney Geo-Quest Facebook page. Easier if you just search it, because that URL looks daggy. But you can also find us on the TikToks and the Instas.
Yep.
So where you can find us there. And what we're doing there is we're also sharing a whole bunch of different things where we're, especially for people who may be coming from out of town, we're sharing some Sydney information. So it might give you some hints and tips on things that you'd like to include in your itinerary. We're not giving anything away about where geocaches are, just maybe some sort of rough ideas and suggestions. But we're over the next couple of months, you're going to see a lot more content come through. And we've already got a few bits and pieces up there about things that you can do when you're in Sydney, and things that are caching interesting as well. So not just the normal everyday tourist stuff, but it's also tourist with caching as well. So you can, that's again, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok.
Fantastic. Okay. Now, in terms of that didn't even make sense. You've also got a raffle that is happening as well. Do you want to tell us the details about the raffle?
Yeah. So one of the things that we're trying to do is we're trying to do fundraising in a few different ways. So by buying our T-shirts and buying the coins, buying the book, they are all the ways that we are actually funding the event. That's the only way we're making money. We are getting some sponsorship through as well, which is really lovely. It's nice to have PCE on board as our media partner again this year, which is lovely. So you're going to see us working a bit more together as well. We've got Parramatta Bike Hub, who are also one of our partners, but we've got a few other sponsors coming on board, but we still need to be able to get some of the get a bit more income coming through so that we can pay for all of the things that we obviously have to outlay in order to make this event happen. So what we're doing, and we're launching this tonight, is that on that link that you can see down there, that way, is the Facebook link to our webpage, where we are holding a 100 block, because we're talking in blocks, not squares. We've got our 100 block raffle. We're calling it the Lucky Block Raffle. And what you can do is go over to that page, and then you get to choose your favorite block. And the blocks all either have a number or they have a Sydney suburb. So I encourage you to go over to that page, go and find your favorite Sydney suburb that you want to hold on for yourself.
Yes.
And then you can buy a ticket in that raffle. In order to buy the ticket, block it in, Eddie. Lovely. Bru's going to be waiting, ready to take your orders. So if you go over there, you'll see all the instructions. And basically the tickets are $10 each. And when all of those tickets are sold for those 100 tickets, we will then do a draw, and PCE is going to help us with that one. And the grand prize, there's one prize, and the grand prize is $200.
Ooh, wow.
And part of this whole appeal to this is that people who may not be able to, 41's gone already, woo! Part of the appeal here is that if you aren't able to come to the event, but you do still want to participate and help out, this is your opportunity to be able to do that. So we'd really love it if there are other people around the country, or even if you're in New South Wales and you can't get there, it'd be super duper if you could come along, get involved in the raffle, pick a number or a suburb, hand us the $10, and then we'll send you some information on how to do all those payments. PCE, have you got that screen with the rules on it?
Rules, I do here.
There we go. So once you make a comment in the post about which number or suburb you want, you'll then be sent a message on how to make the payment. Each square is $10. Once you've made that payment, you then get that square, and then we will be updating the image to show who's got which square.
Mm-hmm.
And then once all of those squares are gone, we will do something live on Facebook with PCE, and we'll draw the winner who will get $200 in cash.
Yeehaw. Now, do they have to come to the event to get the cash?
No.
Perfect.
We can send that off to people. So that's the whole. That's why we were thinking, oh, do we do prizes? How do we do it? But then we said, but what if you're not going to be there, but you still want to help and you still want to participate? So that's how we're doing.
Wonderful, wonderful. So don't forget to head over to the website. It will be updated in the coming weeks. geocachingnewsouthwales.asn.au//Sydney hyphen. It's too many S's. Sydney Geo-Quest 2025 /. There you go. So you can click the link that I have put into the chat as well, and head over to the Facebook page to buy a raffle square and go in the draw to win $200. That'd be awesome.
Oh,
Excellent.
Gavin says he's already got his square. That's awesome.
Yay.
So, woohoo!
Good job. Thanks, Gavin.
Thanks, Gavin.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's all the questions I had in terms of the event for you, Ziggy. Was there anything else that you wanted to add before we go?
Yeah, look, I just wanted to say that we're not creating an event that you have to run around like a mad chook for. If you want to chill out and take it easy, do a couple of gadgets, come and do a few caches, we're not going crazy for, like run around like it, whatever. Take your bike, take a nice cruise around, and it's all about, we're trying to get people to be able to get together and meet each other and have it, it's not necessarily all going to be about go. Now, if you want to do that, sweet, go for it. We've got heaps of opportunities for that as well. But what we're trying to do is that come and visit the site in the morning, maybe go out for some caching, maybe come back again, do a few gadgets, then you can go out and come back. So the idea is we're going to have a flow all day long.
Right.
You don't have to jam in and the very first thing in the morning like they do at our polling places. Don't go first thing in the morning. You can come in any time of the day, and there's going to be plenty of opportunity. You don't have to rush. That's where we're getting at, because chill out. We're going to have a nice relaxing weekend.
Perfect. That's what we want. We want fun. We don't want stress and running around and feel like you're missing out on things. So that's good.
Right.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Ziggy, but stick around. And, hang on. We got one last question for you. Here we go. Julie has said, how many gadget caches will there be?
Probably a few less than there were in Canberra. We do have the gadget cache master tank engine helping us out with that's right with some of the cache with some of those gadget creations. So partly it's as a result of some of our space restrictions. That's why we probably won't do as many. And then you've asked about ALs. Yes, there will be some ALs. I think from what I've heard, some of the GeoQuest, the actual quest part of it, the planning will involve using an AL to do part of the quest. So yes, there will be. Can't tell you exactly how many, because everything's still being built.
Excellent. But there will be ones on the way. So keep your eyes peeled. Oh, dear. That's awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much, Ziggy. Appreciate that. It looks like it's going to be a cracker of a day. So if you can get there, make sure you head on down to Sydney on Australia Day, actually. So put in your will attends. You can do that by going to the actual geocaching page, GCACHF8. You can also scan this handy code here, and that will take you to your registration as well. Now, it's just go to the geocaching website and log your will attend. There's no registration on the website. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're not doing registration. Pretty much, we're hoping that everyone's going to love our T-shirts so much that they will all buy T-shirts, and that's going to bring you in the door. But yeah, instead of we're going to have name badges, but you can write your own name badges rather than us producing them pre ahead of the game. So yeah, we will still have all those things. It's just not necessarily having to pre-register.
Fantastic. Okay, great. All right. Well, that is it in terms of the event details. So let's get on to now the photo comp of the month for everyone. So hang around, Ziggy, and we'll see what else we can get up to.
Do you think I've got a chance, do you reckon? What for? How about the calendar photo of the month? Let's see this month's winner.
That is correct. Thank you very much, SMS. Okay, now this month's photo comp winner is, drumroll please, Scott Ray. This is Scott in Wollongong doing Dark Side of the Moon, I believe it's called. I couldn't find the GC code super quick, but this is Scott, also known as Toy Hunters, one of our Patreons here at GDU. So thank you very much, Scott. Congratulations on winning the photo comp of the month. Your picture will be in the 2025 GDU calendar. So congratulations. Now, if you, I don't have a picture of it. If you would like to head over to our Facebook page, pinned to the top of the page is this month's photo comp. So go into find that picture. It's pinned to the top, as I say. Go into the comments, put in your picture, put in the GC title and the code. Tell us a bit of a story if there is one, and you could submit a photo. You do need to be the owner of the photo or have permission from the photo owner to submit it. And then while you're there, why not vote on some other pictures? The one with the most pictures at the end of the month wins, and goes into the GDU calendar. So that is awesome. And let's get on to some prizes for the show.
Hi PCE, it's Allied Oz here in Wajak Noongar country, also known as Perth, Western Australia. My friend and yours, John and Di from geostuff.com.au, have some prizes for you. Very generous, as they are every month. Let's see what they are.
Yes, let's. Okay, thank you very much, Allied Oz. Appreciate that. Now, this month, prize number 1 will be... So thank you very much, geostuff.com.au. This month's prizes is a Tracker Micro Plush toy and also a state flag travel bug. So you can choose any of the states of Australia. They're all different. I didn't put them all on here as it would have been too small, but you can pick which state you would like. So we've got 2 of these to give away. So I will get on to presenting the prize wheel. Let me just make that go away, and I will share my screen here for everybody. And then Ziggy, if you're right, I will get you to give me a countdown. There we go. All right. When you're ready, Ziggy, if you want to give me a countdown, we'll do a spin.
Yeah, I'll have the Popo do this counting. So we're going 3, 2, 1, spin!
Yeehaw! And off we go. Okay. Who's it going to be? Looks like... Oh, it just ticked over 10K. Congratulations, 10K. Dear. All right, 10K, you have won the plush toy and also a state TB. So let me just write your name down before I forget that. Congratulations on the win. That is right. And the photocomp winner of the month was GCCA 6, Dark Side of the Moon. Thank you very much, Team Cash. I appreciate that. Okay, so let me get back to here. So that is also prize number 2. Prize number 2 also gets a plush toy and also the state flag as well. Congratulations, 10K. I will be in touch with you after the show and get some details here from you. Let me just remove that from the screen real quick. And one more name has just come in. Okay, so let me go back here. I'll put that back on there for you. Okay, and when you're ready, I'll get out of town. Thank you, Alex. Woohoo, 10K Geodog's birthday next week. Perfect. Oh, even better. Good job. All right, Ziggy, when you're ready, I'll get you to give me a countdown.
Alrighty, 3, 2, 1, spin.
And around we go. That's awesome. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Is that going to be DTY? Whoa, it's DTY73. Oh, congratulations, DTY. You've got a plush toy and also a state tag. Let me get rid of the prize wheel real quick and then put the prizes up here. There you go, plush toy and also a state TB, state flag TB. It's coming your way. Oh, that's awesome. Excellent. So congratulations to the winners, 10K and DTY. That is right. Yay. So you got those awesome prizes on your way. So thank you very much. Big congratulations to all the winners tonight. Thank you for being here live. Don't forget, if you like tonight's show, please like and subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single show. That's right. And I will just jump ahead a little bit here. I'm just going to go off script a little bit. But tomorrow it is DTY's birthday, so it must be in the stars. It was Cosmic Quest with the Geo-Quest. And all the stars aligned and you got a prize. Also, big congratulations to Kitty Catch and also Bucko Raider. It is their birthday today, and they are Patreons here at GDU. So thank you very much. If you would like to write in and tell me a story, you can send me some details over on our email. So that is geocachingdownunder@gmail.com. So you can contact us there. We're also on all the socials as well, Facebook, Instagram, X, at Geocaching Down Under. So you can join us there as well. Thank you very much. I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors. So special thanks to LK Consulting for the marketing mentoring and the coaching program. Thank you very much. If anyone does need some marketing for their business or event even, please reach out to Lainey and she will look after you. Big thank you to geostuff.com.au, sponsors of the show. Thank you very much for your ongoing support and prizes each month. Everyone appreciates those. Big shout out to See My Shell doing the audio and the video editing for GDU as well. Thank you very much. And a special thanks to my mum for supporting the podcast as well. Appreciate it. Okay, let's get on to all the Patreons who also help financially support the show. So let's get on to the Patreons and give them a quick shout out.
G'day PCE and the GDU family. Now, just like this tree has a big trunk to support its leaves and branches, you too can support this particular podcast on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/GDU podcast. Links are in the description below, and you too can be one of the main supporters of this channel for as little as $3 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. This is See My Shell. Thanks for watching or listening. I'm over and out.
That is correct. Okay, so big shout out here, and I'll take a big breath for everybody. Here we go. So thank you to Zimai Shell, Kitty Catch, Kingfisher AU, Snappy Tomcat, Julie, Darren Archer, DTY73, Wollaston Found a Podcast, Tin Casho, Hev Walker, James 0116, Darkside Dan, Scramping, Mighty Minions, Lee 737, Geo Joe, Contestant Deliss, Allied Oz, Arnott Family, Cosmonaut 97, Isopeta, Oz Glory, Pilot Jen, Young Old Fella, Tank Engine, Choo Choo, Green Cordial, Bernie H, Burns 345, Chook and Chunk, Ben M70, Strange Trousers, Shorefoot 24, Da Humbug, Datsun 1600, Bucko Raider, No Angel, Nelzarama, DFC, JLK 2019, Angel G, Mama Bear 66, and Toy Hunters. So thank you very much for supporting the show. Truly appreciate it. Couldn't do the show without you, actually. So thank you very much. Now, thank you everyone for watching live or even listening if this is on in the background for you. Really appreciate it. You can also listen back on any of the podcast apps, or you can watch the replay on YouTube and Facebook practically straight after the show. That will be available for you. So thank you, Ziggy, for coming on the show tonight, telling us all about the Sydney Geo-Quest. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. And I hope to do some more work with you in the coming months, where we can tell people a little bit more as we know more as it comes.
Yes, more exciting news on the way. So everyone, hope you have a great evening or day if you are listening back to this. We will see you on the next show on the 8th of October. Don't forget, I'm PCE, and it's been fun. Remember to get lost to get found with GDU. Oh dear, there we go. Let's see who's hanging around and who's not got anything else to do tonight. Who we got still joining us, watching us? Give us a shout out if you are attending this Sydney Geo-Quest. Hands up, hands up, hands up. It did go quick tonight. It did, 18 Casho. There was lots to get through, though. I think you deserve a drink after that, Ziggy.
Yeah. Well, no, only tea. Tea is good for me.
Warm tea, that'll help the throat.
Yeah, it's it.
Take a choo-choo, hanging around. Oh, dear. Refuel stories. I wonder if that's a typo. I don't know what that means. Me and Dee will be there. Excellent. Thank you. Hopefully we will see you live. Thank you, Julie. Hope you enjoyed the show. Sandy coming all the way up from South Australia. Wow.
Yay.
Good job. And Tink Casho, you guys are going to be there. That's awesome. Hev Walker also joining Scramping. That's fantastic. Oh, Minnie K might even catch the Sydney train from Goulburn. Okay.
Oh, now see, that's a really cool idea.
Wow, that's an event. That is definitely a vibe.
Well, it certainly wouldn't be the first time that those guys have been to Sydney in the recent history. So maybe the train makes it that extra special.
Yes.
Event.
Oh, good. Excellent. And Jess coming all the way down from Queensland has already got their accommodation. That is fantastic.
That's nice.
G-Triple-H has taken the pet pine tree. There you go.
Oh,
fantastic.
God. Gee. Well, yes. I'm not. At least we know there won't be any tree climbing caches inside Sydney Olympic Park. That much. Outside of it, yeah. Well, we'll leave that to our mate there, Google Hi.
Yeah, thanks, Google. Oh, dear. And Rockbo is going to bring his pet monkey, Bubbles. Excellent. All right, we had a picture with Bubbles.
I think Rockbo's been having a sideline conversation there all evening.
Yeah, good. As long as he's enjoying himself. I hope the 50-cent train price is stretched to Sydney. Well, see how you go.
No, that's why there's a lot of people who have those special golden Opal cards, and they're the ones who can get around nice and cheaply. Of course, and Mr. Brewmaker is one of those magical golden card holders.
You better be there. Oh dear, that's awesome.
Google Hi is saying, "Oh, will there be tree climbs?" So
you
might surprise us with something new, some new puzzle. I don't know.
Keep your eyes peeled. Well, I mean, that's the thing, is you just don't know. There you go. All right, Jess, you are busy planning on placing a virtual. Ooh.
Nice.
That we can do.
Yes, you can certainly bring the virtuals. There's so many things to reference and so many things to that there are still so many things to cover in Sydney Olympic Park.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So Rock says, Google hi is my buddy Bubbles climbs his pet pine tree. Oh, there you go. It's like a whole scene. That's awesome. Well, once again, thank you, Ziggy, for all the information tonight. I know it was a lot of information to get through, but it's shaping up to be a good event.
Yeah, look, and what we're trying to do, I guess, is we're looking at this as being a one-dayer. We're not used to one-dayers. Sorry, we as in people who have been attending megas for some time. I haven't done that many, but
Yeah.
The whole notion of having a one-dayer, I know that they've done that in South Australia with the Leap Day event. But let's see how we can do this, and we're trying to set some new put some new ideas out there and see what can be done as part of a one day. And certainly being a block party, that's a pretty good incentive to come
That's
along.
right. Yeah. Now, I had it in my notes that it was the first block party in the Southern Hemisphere, and then someone jumped on and said, no, it's not. Is it still the first one? I thought it was still the first, or has someone jumped in earlier?
No, it's not the first one at all, because
Right.
there are other ones in other parts of the world
Yeah.
in January. But what I think we still certainly the first in Australia, but I thought I thought it was still in the Southern Hemisphere.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, and sorry, Hev Walker. Yeah, we sort of following that lead of where you've helped us to start those one day events. That having that fantastic one day Leap Day event is a great. This is where we can start from, where we can start a whole new set of mega style types of events where we can do one dayers, but then we can also do the big long ones as well. So I'm sure, I don't know how Adelaide worked, but we can't accommodate for vans, and we can't really accommodate for that camping crowd. But that's okay, because this is different, and then there will be the other ones that will cater to those people too.
That's right. Yeah. Different events for different things, so that's good. Here we go. Google hi says, I'm going to hide a cache where you can swim in the nuclear radiation water. It's going to be terrain 5.
Yes. I'm not quite sure where that water is, but unless it's at Lucas Heights.
Oh, burn. Oh, dear. Excellent. So, yeah, as I say, busy at the moment, but keep an eye on the website, geocaching-newsouthwales.asn.au/Sydney-geo-quest-2025/. See, why could I get it out fine then, but I couldn't do it in the show?
Because the show ones were all practice. Seriously,
Okay.
just Google Geocaching New South Wales, and you'll find the website and you'll find the links. That's all good.
Yeah, perfect. And definitely, if you guys have got old TikTok or Instagram, follow Sydney Geo-Quest. They're putting out some really great videos. How to get to the site. I saw the ferry video. That was really cool. Also, I've just gone blank now that I've said it.
Yeah, we did one for Newington, so you can see a little bit more about the Newington area, and we've got one for Parramatta, and we've got a few others already lined up. I've got a good few interesting things for Cockatoo Island and the harbour.
I honestly don't know how you are finding all the time. So,
woo, tiki-taki.
There you go.
Oh, that's the Instas.
That's the Insta. So look, you can see a whole bunch of videos already. All informational and everything. So jump on over Sydney Geo-Quest, follow them on the socials. Heaps of information coming out there too, which is really handy. Jess, you're already looking at e-bike kits. Oh, good one. That's good. Do they have the scooters that you can hire?
So I'll give you the very, very official line. Is that their scooters, and certainly e-scooters, are not legal in New South Wales on anything. But having said that, a lot of people do it.
Yes.
So it's entirely up to you. But they currently are, electric scooters and those sort of things are currently not legal on the footpaths and paths in New South Wales.
Okay, so, note to self.
Warning, but literally the whole park's covered in them. So just saying.
Okay. Well, you've been notified, and you do with that what you will with that information.
Yeah.
Scrubbing, looking forward to the event. You're following the socials. I know. That's so good. And the merch list, yes.
And
That
Jess,
is
no, I wasn't talking e-bikes. E-bikes are perfectly fine. I'm talking about e-scooters.
Scooters,
They're-
yeah.
Yeah, because unfortunately, other states have got legislation that allows you to ride e-scooters, no problem. But in New South Wales, we are not as forward-thinking and, sorry, I'm getting a bit political, forward-thinking and modern to allow that form of active transport. So they're things that hopefully one day we can change.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Oh, awesome. All right. Well, if no one has any more questions in the chat room, we might leave it there for everyone so you can get on with your night. Go and get cozy now that the weather's warming up. It's a nice sleeping temperature for everyone. Oh, that's the thing is what sort of temperatures for people who are out of state or maybe even overseas, what sort of temperatures should they expect in January in Sydney?
January in Sydney, it's hot.
Hot, hot, hot.
Hot.
Think
Now,
41 degrees.
having said that, we've had some pretty hot Januaries. But having said that, we've also had some interesting weather patterns in the last couple of years, which have meant that they've been a little bit wetter and so forth. So, yes, it's going to be hot. And that's why we've got an indoor venue. And there is also
With air
some
conditioning.
outdoor. It's not air conditioning. It's actually air cooling. It's like this air cooling thing. It's a
it's one of
thing.
these loopholes, isn't it? Air cooling.
Yes, yeah. But no, that's that. And then we'll also have some, there's some other areas outside of the venue, which are also, should be pretty cool. So we will have, there's lots of options, put it that way. And, you know, if you're got some small children, you can always go to the water park and go and have a splash in the water park. Or if you're interested in surfing, you can go to Urban Surf and go and have a surf. So, you know, there are still water options for cooling down. And no, it's not 34 degrees. It could be in January, but not today.
Not today. Oh dear. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us live. Thank you, Ziggy, again for taking the time out. I know you're a busy woman, so thank you. And keep an eye on the socials. We've got a few things coming up in the future as well. More information on the way. So I hope everyone has enjoyed the night, and hopefully we can see you there at the event on January 26th. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah, see everyone there.
Okay. Bye.